Hey, bonjour, bienvenue à Quebec City. This is the University of Laval where we're staying, and it's a little noisy now because there's a conference here and you got researchers out here showing the results of their research. So we're going to take a little walk outside for a moment. Coming from the state of West Virginia, a lot of our students haven't had a chance to travel. They are in a landlocked state. They often don't have the means to go very far. It's not part of their familial culture nor of the region they're from. And so coming to a place like Quebec, it was a concept we had quite a few years ago of you need a passport to get here. They use a different currency. They use the metric system. They have a different healthcare system. They have a different parliamentary system. When you get into the province of Quebec, the main language is French. It's written everywhere. You're definitely a second-class citizen if you only speak English. So by having a safe environment here, that's a familiar environment as well, it allows students to have sort of like that first step out of the country and get a viable experience, but not feeling like they could be threatened. And so we're coming back to this study away concept. And so it's not intended to be a long-term thing, and there's an academic component of it as well. But we're not sitting in a classroom right now. We're doing stuff more as we draw themes, and then we talk about the themes coming or going from these themes. So when a student comes up here, it's not like we're going to learn French. And now they'll learn a little bit of French just because it's fun to learn when you're up here and you learn a few words. You don't have to study French. You don't have to be in any kind of a specialization. You just have to come up here and just have an experience that you're not going to get back home, and hopefully it'll lead to other types of experiences in your life, and to maybe redirect you or make you appreciate certain things that you never would have appreciated before.
But why, for our students in West Virginia, is Quebec City specifically such a great place for students to come here and get this international experience that will help them become more successful in this globalized world that we live in today?
Well, the city was established in 1608, so the history here is fantastic. The old city, anybody that knows anything about Quebec, it's one of the most beautiful cities in North America. It's a city of patrimony, of world patrimony, UNESCO protected cultural site. And so it's also a safe place to be. Then it's easy to get the type of transportation that it takes to, like a bus. It just came by here right now, and the bus comes through here. You get a pass. You can go on buses easily to many points of the city. The people are friendly here. Also, if you want to practice French, like everybody speaks French here. There's people that speak English enough. You're going to get around in English. You're not going to be lost in English. And that's an important thing as well. So you're not forced into it.
Now, as we're walking, through the streets of old Quebec, and we've got a string of students behind us and faculty, what do you think they're getting out of this experience?
What a student gets out of this is they walk the streets here in the old city and some of the bohemian areas, the shopping plazas on the campus, is that there's always something different. Even just looking at the lawns here in the early summer, there's dandelions all over the place. Why? Because they don't spray down their lawns. Environmentally, there's a lot of differences dealing with recyclables. When we were on the bus, I was noticing the bus would cut off when we stopped. We realized it's a hybrid bus. Signage when you walk around. So you're curious because you're looking and you say, oh wow, that's in French, and what does that mean? We walked into a McDonald's, and the students were talking about, well, the fries are a little bit different. Well, the McNuggets aren't as rubbery. And then there are some stuff here that we don't have on the menu back home. And of course, if you get on the board where you order yourself, you can do it in English. But if you got to go on the main board there, it's only in French. So also it's very cosmopolitan, because when you go into the old city, there's people from all over the world coming here. And so it's enough stuff to where somebody comes here and it just keeps everything you do here, just walking around in an afternoon, gives you an experience of something.
Yeah. But, you know, one of the things with study abroad is the families are concerned about the health and the safety and the well-being of their kids when they're abroad. What do you think about this as a study abroad destination in those terms?
Well, health-wise, you have to have some insurance, which is easy to obtain, and that's because our insurance coverage at home will not cover you here. Pharmacies are available. There are medical facilities here. Also, the water is cleaner here than you're going to find in most places in the States. The level of hygiene, the level of development here is the same. So that's not a problem here. Safety-wise, let's just say that I feel safer walking around Quebec City, having a student go out here in the same way back home, and I feel a lot safer with them being here than in a lot of other places.